box stories forevermore.
Once upon a time, in a town by the sea, there lived a little dog named Peter. Peter loved swimming in the ocean with his best friend, a young fisherman named Tom. One day, when the sun was shining and the waves were sparkling, Tom and Peter set out on their boat for a day of fishing. But as they sailed out into the deep, dark water, a sudden storm appeared. Waves crashed over the boat, and the wind howled like a hungry wolf. When it was over, the sky was clear again, but Tom and Peter had drifted far away from shore. "Oh dear," said Tom, "we're lost." Just then, Peter started barking excitedly and wagging his tail. "What is it, boy?" asked Tom. Peter barked again and pointed his nose toward the bottom of the ocean. There, wedged into a crack in the rocks, Tom could see a door made of shining silver. It shimmered like a mirror beneath the waves. "Wow," breathed Tom. "It looks like an entrance to another world. I wonder if anyone is down there." Without wasting a moment, Tom put his hand on the cool, smooth surface of the door. He took a deep breath, closed his eyes, and pushed it open. To his surprise, it swung inward easily, revealing a dark tunnel beneath. "Are you coming, boy?" he called to Peter. Peter barked once, then dove into the water without hesitation. Tom held his breath and followed him down. The water was freezing cold, but as they swam deeper, the tunnel began to glow with a soft, silvery light, and at the end, Tom could see a faint humming sound like the distant chime of a bell. When they finally reached the bottom, the door closed silently behind them, and the light from the tunnel revealed a wondrous sight. They were in a beautiful underwater kingdom. Above them, colorful fish zipped through coral towers as tall as skyscrapers. Around them, seashells lay half hidden in the sand, tinkling like tiny bells in the gentle current. It was magical. But as Tom and Peter looked around in wonder, they noticed that something was wrong. Huge cracks had appeared in the crystal dome that covered the kingdom, and water was rushing in through the gaps. All around them, frightened sea creatures were darting for cover. "Oh my," cried Tom. "We have to help them." Just then, a wise old turtle swam up to them. "Greetings, visitors from another world," she said. "I am the guardian of this sea kingdom, and I need your help. The crystal dome, which protects us from the storms above, has been damaged and we are in great peril. The only thing that can save us now is the Pearl of Balance. But it has been stolen by an evil sea serpent who lives in the darkest part of the ocean." Tom knew what he had to do. "Don't worry," he said to the turtle. "Peter and I will bring you the pearl." "Right, boy," Peter barked happily, and they set off at once. They swam over fields of swaying seaweed and through forests of coral, but the deeper they went, the darker it became. Suddenly, they heard a voice hiss, "Mine, mine, the Pearl of Balance is mine." They turned and saw a huge green eel slithering toward them. Its eyes glittered like emeralds, and its sharp teeth glistened in the dim light. "Give me the pearl," hissed the eel. Then, darting between rocks, Tom and Peter finally reached a small cave hidden in the coral. The eel was too big to enter, so Peter swam through a narrow opening on the right, while Tom went in after him. Inside, Peter found the Pearl of Balance, a beautiful iridescent sphere nestled in a bed of sparkling sand. But before he could grab it, the eel poked its head into the cave. "Ha ha," it sneered. "So the little dog has found the pearl, but it's too late. It's already mine." It lunged for Peter, but luckily Tom was there to defend him. Quickly, Tom picked up a large shell and hurled it at the eel, distracting it long enough for Peter to grab the pearl and swim back to the cave entrance. When the eel realized what had happened, it exploded with rage. "Bring it back here," it screamed, chasing after them. But Tom and Peter were too quick for it. They dodged between coral heads, weaving in and out of the forest until they finally reached the edge of the reef and the familiar glimmer of the silver door. They raced through the tunnel and back into the ocean, the eel close behind them. When they reached the surface, the door shimmered, then vanished into the waves. Shaking with cold and exhaustion, Tom and Peter climbed into their boat, which had been tossed ashore by the waves. Just then, the villagers gathered around them, cheering and clapping. "You did it," shouted one. "You saved our town," cried another. Peter shook the water from his fur, spraying everyone and making the children laugh. Tom smiled, lifting Peter in his arms. "Another door, another world saved," he said. "Who knows where the next one will appear?" The end. Moral: true courage means helping others, even in worlds far different from our own.